Hello friends, myself Dr. Rajkumari Punjabi. Today I am going to talk about differentiated instructions. We all know that the contemporary classrooms are becoming increasingly diverse. The diversity of 21st century classroom creates numerous challenges in front of teachers. All the learners have a right to education regardless of their individual differences. Diversity and inclusion are about giving value to every human being no matter our differences, and therefore as a teacher we have to cater to the individual differences in the classroom. Here we can see that the teacher says, "Can I help you?" and therefore she looks after the needs of every child in the classroom. When we talk about inclusive education, that inclusive education has been developed from the belief that education is a basic human right for every individual. It is concerned with providing equal learning experiences and equal opportunities for all children, youth, with a special focus on groups vulnerable to be left out from the society life. Differentiation is a versatile tool for effective instruction. It is the process to teaching and learning for students of differing abilities in the same class. Now we ask a question to ourselves. Why differentiated instructions? Why there is a need of differentiated instruction? We know that our classrooms are filled with students who have different needs, who come from different educational backgrounds. They have different attention spans and interest. They have different language abilities and have different cultural backgrounds. And the teacher is the one who is the dynamic one looking after and catering to the needs of every child in the classroom. Differentiation is about meeting individual students' need. It is a flexible approach to teaching in which the teacher plans and carries out varied approaches to content, process, and product in anticipation of and in response to students' differences in readiness, interest, and learning needs. Now, there are some key principles of differentiated instruction. Let us see what are those. The teacher should be clear about what matters in the subject matter. The teacher understands, appreciates, and builds upon students' differences. Assessment and instruction are inseparable. The teacher has to adjust content, process, and product in response to students' readiness, interest, and learning profile. All students participate in the respectful work. The students and teachers are collaborators in learning. Goals of differentiated classroom are maximum growth and individual success. Flexibility is the hallmark of differentiated classroom. Now, if we have a diagrammatic look at the presentation over here, that is, differentiation is in response to learners' needs and it is guided by the general principles of differentiation in a diagrammatic form. That is, the content which the teacher presents should be in the form of meaningful task. The students need to be grouped in the form of flexible grouping. Continuous assessment should be a part. The curriculum should be of quality type, and differentiation is based on building community. Teachers can differentiate through content, through process, product, and environment. Also, differentiation can be according to students' readiness, interest, and learning profile. This is again called as differentiation in 2D dimensions, which we have already seen in the above pic. Now let us see in detail what are the teacher dependent dimensions. Some of the tips that can be followed by teachers in a diverse classroom, that is based on content. We need to utilize pre-tests to assess where the individual students need to begin study of a given topic or unit. The objectives should be framed by the teacher at various levels of Bloom's taxonomy. The task which we give to the student should be smaller, more manageable parts that include structured, clear directions for each part. To have students access to a variety of materials that target their learning preferences. Now, when we look at based on the process, that is the teacher needs to develop variety of activities that target various learning styles and multiple intelligence. The teacher also needs to establish stations for inquiry-based independent learning activities. He or she needs to create activities that vary in level of complexity and that require some degree of abstract thinking. Flexible grouping is to be done to group and regroup students based on factors including content, ability of the students and assessment results. Based on the product, that is the teacher needs to use variety of assessment strategies which should include projects, assignments, performance-based tests, open-ended questions that reflect a variety of learning styles and interest. Also, there should be a balance between teacher assigned and student selected projects. Assessment should be made an ongoing interactive process. This was related to teacher dependent dimensions. Now we are going to look upon what are the student dependent dimension. What can be assessed? The readiness of the students, the interest, the learning profile. When we talk about readiness, the skills of the students, the concepts which they know and the content knowledge. Looking at the interest part, that is we can find out through the interest surveys, interest centers and selection done by the students. Learning profile, that is areas of the strengths and weaknesses of the students, the preferences of the students and awareness of the students. This is a diagrammatic form, that is we differentiate in response to the learner's interest, learning profile and readiness of the students. We have already seen in our previous slide that the students' learning styles differ. That is, some are visual, some are musical, auditory, verbal, physical, logical, mathematical, social, solitary. So looking upon the different learning styles of the students, the teacher has to decide. Now, what are the strategies and practices of the differentiation in a diverse classroom? The teacher has to play a very crucial role in the success of inclusion. They need to accept the diversity in the students, and every teacher needs to respect the individuality and accordingly create opportunity where all the students participate in different activities of the school, and the teacher needs to provide necessary support for enhancing their performance. A shift is needed from traditional practices to innovative differentiated practices and strategies which will be suitable for all. RAFT is an acronym that stands for R stands for role of the students, A for the audience, F for the format and T for the topic. So the teacher selects a topic where she needs to assign a particular role to the student, that is of a reporter, observer, eyewitness or an object. Also that is audience who will be addressed by this RAFT, the teacher, the other students, a parent, people in the community, an editor or any other object. Format is nothing but what is the best way of presenting the information. Your different types have been given either in the form of a letter, an article, a report, a poem, a picture, a song and many other forms. Then topic, who or what is the subject in this writing. a famous mathematician, a prehistoric cave dweller, a reaction to a specific event. So based on the topic, you have to decide the role, the audience and the format. Now these are some of the strategies which we as teachers can use in a differentiated classroom. Here you can see that is peer tutoring and cooperative learning are the best teaching strategies in a differentiated classroom. Now peer tutoring, it involves one-to-one instructions. It involves a peer or an expert teacher to meet the needs of diverse learners by providing supportive or remedial instruction. This also is going to promote healthy social relationship and positive interaction in the class. Cooperative learning is another way where that is mixed ability group is being used, and that is to achieve a common goal where mutual collaboration and support is there, and thus to learners acquire academic and also social skills. Collaborative, consultative and team teaching by the teachers, where the participating teachers are going to develop shared meaning or agenda. This is a cooperative way to implement the agenda, and it serves the purpose when it comes to planning, teaching and evaluating together. Now we have talked about centers or stations, that is the teacher needs to develop a center or the station in the classroom where the teacher, you can see that there are certain spots in the classroom where the students work on different tasks simultaneously according to their pace and different abilities. This task is being done in the form that is being given where there is flexible grouping, and also it allows the teachers to work with the individual students or small group of learners without needing them to push them to achieve the desired objective. So the students are going to work according to their own pace. This is also a pick related to stations. Now there is one more way, one more strategy in fact, that is project based instructions. We know that the students are having different needs, their abilities are different, and therefore from time to time the teacher can use different ways of instruction. So project based instruction is the best way to differentiate instruction to address students' need and learning styles. This is the way to increase opportunities where the peers support each other and it results into the development of relationship. The students are working at their own pace and a number of skills and disciplines can be incorporated into any project. Project based instruction, it is providing immense opportunities for the students to immerse themselves in one topic. Curricular adaptations. This is also a way where that is the materials, the teaching strategies, the support which is needed, the rules and the curriculum are being adapted according to the needs of the child, needs of the children in the classroom, so that it suits the students. Co-curriculum overlapping, where students needing more enrichment or more support might work on objectives that are different from those being addressed by their peers. So different type of different type of content can be posed for the students with different kinds of abilities. When the teachers use curriculum overlapping, some students focus on objectives that are different from but clearly connected to those being addressed in the classroom. Tiered assignments. This is a form of evaluation, that is learning tasks designed at different levels of complexity per students for small groups as well as individual students. The readiness levels or at times keeping the learning outcomes, the same task can be designed according to the students' learning preferences. We have seen the learning preferences of the students in the previous slide, that is namely learning styles or the Gardner's multiple intelligence. The teachers need to work together in team to plan activities for the different subjects. That is, here in this particular pic we can see the complexity, the content, the resource